Alright, we are doing a video on the fear of growing up. When I first started the video, I wasn't really sure what it was about. I was going to Europe and I was really panicking, and I had an interview with Universal that's going to be tomorrow. I made this video last week and I was just like really panicking and stuff. So I wanted to do a video. So the first thing I asked myself is, what is the worst thing that can happen? What are you afraid of? So I feel like this Europe and this job interview thing are kind of similar. So I wrote down, if I went to Europe, I'm afraid I'll be lonely, I'll be cold, I'll be unhealthy. And let's say if I were to take on a new job, it's kind of similar. I'll overwork, I'll be unhealthy, I'll get depressed. And yeah, I wasn't really sure where I was going with this, but during this time, I was just trying to, it's kind of like venting your feelings, but really exploring and asking these questions and getting to the root of my feelings. Afterwards, I asked, when's the first time you felt kind of lonely or depressed? And I wrote down kindergarten, grandmother's house, when it was like I was away from home, away from my mom and dad, and I kind of felt like no one understood me, and I kind of felt like lonely and stuff. And yeah, I kind of feel that way now, actually, and not a lot of people understand me. And next, what did I learn? There wasn't really much I could do. It was kind of like a learned helplessness. I had to wait it out. And yeah, didn't really get to the meat yet. Still kind of like searching and exploring around. I didn't really understand what my problem was yet. I don't know what's going on right now. Also learn depression feels good. Sadness, human experience, connects people together. Being away from family is difficult. Not really sure what I learned from these experiences. Maybe it's like appreciating. Here, always wanted to move out. Okay. So if I were to take a job, if hypothetically I were to get this job, right? I would need to move to a different state. And this is the kind of thing that I always wanted. I always wanted to move out. I thought it would make me really happy. Be like on TV, like Friends or something. And and then it's growing up, and I realized I'm afraid of growing up. And I felt like that was kind of like the root of what I was getting at here. The whole kind of being by myself, backpacking Europe, and going, maybe if I get a new job and I have to move. It's growing up. So I asked myself, what is the worst thing about growing up? And here is now where we're getting interesting. Growing up to me would mean more responsibility. I would need to take care of others. I have less time for myself to do things that I like to do. Obviously, that's not entirely true, but that's how I perceive it. Like, let's say you have kids or whatever, then you have obligations, and it's begrudgingly, and you regret, and you can't turn back the clock. And yeah, that's what growing up to me is in my mind. Um, like I kind of like, everyone tells me like the best time is to be a kid, and like once you grow up you have a lot of responsibilities, and you gotta live life while it's young, and it makes being adult sound like it sucks, which isn't necessarily true, but that's kind of like what I've been taught by a lot of parents and grandparents and uncles and aunts and stuff like that. Being a kid, actually, you don't have much control or power over your life, but somehow it makes me feel warm, like hot chocolate, like people take care of you. And I guess you can always take care of yourself. But it's like there's a negative idea of being a kid, a negative idea of being an adult, and it's like being a kid is so romanticized, youth. And yeah, grow. Okay, so then I also am exploring themes of like sex and have to do, not what to do, freedom. And yeah, this was definitely a really messy data healing video. And growing up also translates to moving forward. You know, is it better than what I have now? So I'm afraid of like moving forward and stuff too. I thought, oh, you know what? And here I'm writing how like when I was in kindergarten, I thought when I went to first grade, I would need to wear like a suit for the rest of my life. That's literally how I perceived it, which is kind of cute. But I think they have to do that in Japan though. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of fear about growing up. You know, I think that you can only be playful when you're a kid. But honest, I've never been playful. Playful is like a whole nother thing. But anyways, here I'm doing. This is day 2 of my data healing. So I started a new sheet of paper, and I wrote down what it means to grow up. And here, when growing up, kind of to me means done growing. You're no longer learning, right? And when parents have kids, I kind of feel like they have to abandon their dreams, you know, whatever it is they want to do. And they can't live their dreams until the kids get out of the house. That's kind of how American television portrays it. And you kind of live a life of regret, like Inception or something, you know, where it's like, okay, your life stops, now you have to take care of someone else's life. And like, there's a movie with Michael Perry and Zac Efron called, I don't know, this basketball movie where he's like going back in time and stuff like that. And basically, what happened was he got his high school girlfriend pregnant, and he left his promising basketball career to like be an insurance sales agent. And yeah, he it was like he kind of regretted it. And even though he did have kids and he realized it did mean a lot to him, it was still like he had to choose between having a family or a interesting career, and it kind of seems like you need to choose this or that. And maybe something what you need to think about is you can have this and that. You can have a family life with parents and girlfriend, friends, and an interesting career and good health and stuff. And I think that's mainly a shift in your mental. Okay, so I'm writing down a lot of limiting beliefs. They're very negative. They're pretty depressing. So if you check it out, it'd be like, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Well, comment below if you relate to this stuff. Afterwards, I will be writing a lot of affirming beliefs that I think will be a lot better. I think it'll make you happy. I'm writing stuff like your health will deteriorate, you'll get weaker, youth is the best part of life. When you grow up, your days look dim. Adults are stupid, stubborn, and often incorrect, arrogant. They think they know the answer, but are often wrong. You know, like with Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. I mean, it's like it's growing so fast. Even I can barely keep up with all this Twitter, Snapchat stuff. It's a lot of work to do all of that, you know? I don't want to be an adult. I want to be light, nimble, and flexible. Being an adult, being stagnant and heavy. And you know what? This is my second time recording this video because the first time I recorded this video, I accidentally didn't save it, which really sucks. So it's like have to do it all over again. But maybe second time will be better. You know, maybe there's a reason for it. I actually had a pretty bad day this morning. I had this morning for some reason my monitor, my second external monitor wasn't working, but it's working now. And then my cell phone bill is basically gonna go up $20 because my friend left a plan to join his other family's plan with unlimited data. So I'm like, oh fuck. Now my cell phone bill goes up $20 every month, which I guess isn't bad. I can afford it, assuming I get the job at Universal. I mean, like, yeah, I think it should be okay. Maybe I'll get benefits with them. I don't know. But I think everything will turn out perfectly. That's one of the motives I have now, is that instead of wishing to get everything to go my way, just wish that everything will turn out perfectly and really focus on that. And No matter what happens, everything, that's kind of like with age, right? You think that it's going to go bad and moving forward, you think it's going to suck, but if you really have the mindset that everything will turn out perfectly and you just look for that, just look for that maybe it's not right now, but afterwards it'll turn out perfectly. I think, yeah, it's like a discipline. I can have fun all through life. So here I'm like shifting every negative belief I have to a positive belief. You kind of feel like, oh, this is true, like, of course you will deteriorate. Well, I wrote down, I have a nimble body with lots of energy throughout life. You've seen those old people on the internet, like, they can do stretches for days, and like the old man with the buff body, or like the old Tai Chi guy. It's possible to have a really healthy body when you are like 80, 100 years old. Like, people do it. Yeah, it definitely is possible, but it's about how you live your life, the exercises you do, the diet, your mindset, especially mindset. If you're negative all the time, it's gonna affect your body. And I'm sure like the people who live really long are really happy and confident and live life joyously. And I think that's kind of what we're doing right now, is trying to find out ways to live life in a more joyous manner by switching your limiting negative beliefs to positive affirming beliefs. And I'm really glad that that's something I do recently. My goal is to make at least 20 Theta healing videos, and possibly even take on clients in the future and help people. But it's like, I think I'll get better and better with each video. It's kind of like homework. And I feel like by the time I get to video 20, like, even if all my videos were deleted, knock on wood, it would still be worth it, because the skill and the experience I gained from this, and just all the shifts I created on myself, will be so worthwhile. Because having a positive mindset is really important. Okay, I enjoy all parts of my life. As my life changes, I find new ways to enjoy living. All parts of my life are glorious, fun, and enjoyable. So it's not just youth that's fun. Being old is fun too, because you have more money. You do more things. You can travel the world. You can spend money like the way you want it to. And I guess I've always really enjoyed being young, and it was so romantic and stuff. And that's what's glorified. Like, I remember I was just at a mall yesterday, and I also remember like going to the movie theater, spending $20 on food, and I was like, oh, this is so expensive. But that was so fun back then, just doing things for the first time. But honestly, there are a lot of things you can do for the first time as you get older. There's so many things you could be doing. I can easily learn new methods, software, and be present. I can handle change with grace, dignity, and ease. I can understand all the world around me, all the nuances, and lots of different points of view. So it's like, as you grow older, you're still young at heart. As I grow older, I will be able to change, evolve, and adapt for my highest and greatest good. And yeah, I hope this part is really helpful to you. I think it's good. Like, it's really good. I look forward. I am happy to move forward in life. My future is bright and full of possibilities. Always the best is happening for me. Everything will turn out perfectly. I trust in the process of life. My body enables me to do what I please. I take great care of my body. I cherish it. And my body takes care of me as well. Yeah. So, is this about it? Yeah, this is about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I still have a little time left. I think I do. Oh, I wrote up about leaving people behind, relationships. As I grow older, I'm afraid of leaving people behind, but I think that has to do with humility, because even after you grow forward, as you go forward in life, I think humility is about knowing where you came from and staying grounded and being thankful to the people who helped you get to where you need to be. But I feel like that would kind of be a different topic. I originally wanted to do more in this video about people and relationships, but I'm actually going to do another people relationships video. So I'll just do that separately now. I wanted to just finish this up. Okay, being old means more baggage, whatever. So I think I'm talking about the aspect of taking risks. Um, like when you're young, you want to take risks. You don't have much to lose, and I guess when you're older, you have much to lose. I guess. Um, but yeah, these things sometimes I rewrite it, a couple different times to find what works the best and what resonates the most with me. It's okay to make mistakes if I'm old. Yeah, being okay to fail, it's okay. Being okay to laugh at yourself and be silly, be wrong, it's okay. Like a lot of people who are old, they feel like they have to be perfect all the time and not make mistakes and stuff like that. And I think that's really limiting. So take risks and be daring, confident, fearless, nimble. Yeah. Okay, I think that's about it. Yeah. Okay, that's about it. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope this helps. Bye.